welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you all are having a fantastic morning. It's about 5 in the morning for me, so another early morning video. I'm hanging out with Rafiki. You know, you guys don't get to see me hanging out with him too often, so figured I would have him join me this morning. Now, uh, what am I talking to you guys about today? What are we talking about, Rafiki? I guess essentially what I want to talk about is, why I keep snakes, what they do for me, and my overall health. The older I've gotten, I tend to, I go out into the world and I come back and I'm just so exhausted. And it's exhausting. It is physically and mentally, emotionally exhausting to go out into the world and around the energy of several other people that you can't control, and you just absorb it all. Not everybody is like this, but I personally tend to absorb the energy that I'm around, and so by the end of the day, I'm just drained. I don't I don't have a real connection to myself by the end of it all. I'm not sure whether what I'm feeling is my own feelings or the feelings of other people. And so I have really come to enjoy being able to come home at the end of my day, and just escaping with my snakes, because their energy is not like any other energy. I feel like their energy just radiates a sense of calm, a sense of relaxation. And that's just me with my snakes, because we've already established our relationship. There's no distrust here. There's no wondering what is happening next. There's just me and my snakes in each other's presence, and snakes, they give off this calm energy, this strong, strong energy of just everything's gonna be okay. Like, you don't need to focus on anything else. Once I've walked into the door and picked up a snake, everything else, it's like they just suck it all out of me. You know, it's like they just say, you don't need to worry about that right now. Right now, you're just with me. Right now, you're just holding me, and you're hearing me breathe. You watching me breathe. You can feel me move. Um, you feel my cool scales against your warm skin. It's really like they're talking to me, by the end of it. And I can almost hear them just bringing me back down to earth, when I'm so high up there, and I'm not so sure where I am anymore. I'm not so sure who I am. I'm not so sure what I'm feeling. They just they just remind me to take a moment, to just stop and to be in the present. Uh, I can't worry about tomorrow. I can't fix what's already happened, and they just exist in the moment, and they remind me to just exist in the moment, because we can forget. Um, you know, the world is fast paced. It doesn't stop for us. It just goes on, goes, and sometimes when we need it to, we're just like, slow down, just stop, hold on. It doesn't. Uh, so at the end of the day, it's my opportunity to come home to my snakes, and they make me live in the moment. They make me just stop and just be in awe at their beauty, and just stop and just be in awe at how they move, and just stop and just be in awe that they exist. Yeah, they really do just hold me here in this moment, uh, and they remind me to be sensitive, that it's okay to be sensitive, because they're very sensitive. They're sensitive to touch, they're sensitive to sounds and smells, uh, and it just reminds me to just stop and feel them, stop and listen, you know, stop and smell the air around me, stop and taste the air around me, to just stop and exist. And that's what snakes do. They just exist in this world, and they and they thrive, and they're calm overall beings. They don't let uh, all the other energies around them affect them, and yet they remain so sensitive. You know, they can feel the slightest tremor in the ground. They've got really great smell. They may not hear very well, and they may not see the best, but they still use every single one of their senses to exist in this world. Their world is all about existing and taking a moment to use everything that they have to get through to wherever it is they want to go. And I have to remember to do that. I have to remember to just stop and use the senses that I was born with to just exist in this world and not just exist. To know that I'm existing. We all just exist in the world, but sometimes we forget we exist and we let life pass us by. And snakes remind me not to do that. They remind me to just take a moment to recognize that I am existing in this world, that I'm right here. Feel the ground under my feet, feel the warm air. Sometimes step outside and force myself to feel the very cold air. Just remember to feel. And that's what my snakes do to me. They do for me. They just remind me about all these things. My favorite thing, if you follow my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube, I call out whenever my snakes are shedding, because I think it's a magical transformation. And it's a thing that I have to remind myself to do often as well. You know, when they shed, they're leaving something behind. They're leaving an old part of themselves behind, something they don't need anymore. You know, skin that's grown too small, a skin that had a wound on it that's got to go. Just bad, negative life that they may have lived. Uh, they shed it out, they shed it away, and it gets left behind. And they walk away from it, or they slither away from it, And I have to remind myself to do that. I have to remind myself to let go of things in my life that I don't need anymore, to shed away the negativity, to release myself of people that I don't need in my life with their negative energy and their draining energy and their selfishness. So now it's time for me to be selfish sometimes. It's important to be selfish of yourself and say, no, I can't do that. No, me first. I gotta think about me first. I gotta let all that go. I'm sorry, it's starting to really wear me down. I gotta let it go. Uh, and so when the snake sheds, it's a reminder of me to let go of some stuff myself. So I keep my snakes as a way of learning how to best deal with the negative energies of the world, because they're really good representations of how to do that. You know, they are calm and they are patient, but they are sensitive and yet they are strong, and they use every resource that they have for them. And I admire them for that. So, just a little video explaining what I get from my snakes and why I love my snakes and why I spend so much time with my snakes, why I have snakes, what they do for me in my mental health. And they do so much. And it won't be the last time you hear me talk about what they do for me in my mental health, you know. But in this particular instance, I'm just talking about how they help me deal with the energy of the world outside of my room in my reptile world. Uh, because they're important, because the energies are strong, and they can be overwhelming sometimes, and I need them. I need these guys to help me come home and decompress at the end of it all. So, anyway, I don't want to make a super long video and go on and on and on. It's already going to be about 10 minutes, so this is Rafiki helping me decompress this morning. Shere Khan and Antiope are out roaming somewhere, but they were not in the mood to stay in hands. And this guy usually is pretty non-moving, but he seems to be a little active this morning. So anyway, say goodbye, Rafiki. This is TWR. We're checking out. You guys have a beautiful morning. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And I hope you all love yourselves, love your family, love your reptiles, and exist. Exist. I'm going to end with a snake prayer I recently discovered, and I really love it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm going to get it posted on my wall at some point, maybe even tattooed. So anyway, love yourselves, love your reptiles. Y'all keep spreading those herps.
I call on the spirit of the snake. I call on the primal and healing forces you carry. I call on your intuition and your heightened senses. Help me remain pressed close to the present so I might experience this existence directly. Make me aware of subtlety and open to change. Sensual and fertile spirit, I ask you for transformation. Help me shed that which I have outgrown. Clear my eyes so that I might slide free of the past and into a newly formed now. Coil your power, speed, and precision within me so that I might harmonize with the invisible and swallow whole the wisdom I seek. Travis Bowman.